All right, so wall cabinet, shoebox for Loma Linda, Indio. It's going to be similar to Breitling. Um, we're going to do a frame and then lords the face to it after you weld it. And the backer is going to be in two pieces, installed in two pieces. We'll go over that. So look for your parts. You have your frame pieces for the face. You have your jigs for that. Um, you'll have weldable jigs and then you'll have lords jigs. We'll have these little nuggets here. Keep an eye out for these little guys. These guys are going to give structure to the inside of the frame. You're going to weld those in. You got your sides, your end caps there. You got your two pieces here. Talk to install. We're going to keep this in two pieces because we have to notch this so deep for, like we usually do, we have to notch it in order to make room for the face seam. But we're going to go ahead and just leave it separated. That way it doesn't fold up. So they'll just put one side up and then they'll hook this into the other side. You'll have your cabinet faces. You'll put the faces on first, and then you'll have your jigs that will kind of stabilize these seams. You've got 3/4 inch push through, and you have your backers. Install pattern. So just think Breitling. You'll have a perimeter frame that you'll weld first. So that goes here. So go ahead and put this face down on your table like you did before. Cleco in the corners. I got little holes here so you can weld the seams real good. Put some plug welds here. Weld all the way around. Weld it all the way around here. This is going to be 3/4 inch push through. So this thing is going to be heavy and we're pushing 14 feet. So this is a big cabinet and it's heavy. So make sure everything you do is welded really well. Weld in the corners here on the outside. You'll burn these corners real good. And burn these corners real good as well, because this is going to be a handle for them to have to carry this thing up. So all this weight's going to be lifted by right here. So make sure that this seam is welded 100%. The middle seam here, like you did before, everything that's on this flat plane here, you're going to go ahead and weld this to it all the way around and make sure this seam is welded really well, welded in there, and you've got little weld spots here for plug welds. Get to that seam. Then you're going to lords this to the inside, and this is going to be critical because this will fold in half without this. So make sure you rivet all 8 of these rivets as well. And again, you'll have clearance for that. So go ahead and put your rivets in, and the backer is going to be notched really well for that. So there's going to be any problem with that. So make sure you rivet and lords this really good. And this guy you can go ahead and lords to the outside. It doesn't have to be to the inside. And lords that on there and throw some rivets in there too. So that way there's no conflict there. And then these guys, because this thing's going to be so heavy and it's going to have all this weight just riding on this flange, what you're going to do is just down and dirty Cleco in these little guys, and then go ahead and burn them real good to the returns and burn them to the side here, to the face. But go ahead and make sure that you burn it real good here and burn it here and here. Make sure that's welded up. That way this will not want to pull away as much. So go ahead and put those in. You got those sides. So like you did before, go ahead and get this frame all welded up nice. And then once you get it all welded up nice, then you're going to go ahead and just lords on your face. Lords on your face all the way around. Make sure you lords it real good. Put a couple runs on there. Make sure it's really gone in there because it's going to have a lot of weight with this 3/4. And also the backers. Then once all that's on there, then you go ahead and put the little seam pieces in, stabilize those seams. Go ahead and put those in, and once that's all good, then you've got your face all done. And then again, nothing simpler than these right here, because you're just going to fold these up, weld the ends, put the center pieces in there, and that's it. And then install is going to go ahead and put 1/2 up, and then they're going to use these guides and this kind of locking system, and they're just going to lock the other one in, and then go ahead and they'll install the other side. When you go to put these braces in, it's going to cover where these LEDs go. So make sure you don't forget that this is being chopped off, this is being chopped off. Don't forget that like here, you're going to be chopping this off, you're going to be chopping that off. So I would reference the PDF to make sure that that you can kind of see through that, like use it as X-ray to make sure you get a couple of LEDs to 4x over the hump there and get in there. So But other than that, I think it's pretty straightforward. It's a, it's like we do. But just make sure that this frame is as strong as you can make it to put up with all of that weight. So that's it.